Hey guys, today we are going to draw a mermaid for Mermay. Yay! Easy peasy, just use a pen, pencil, and an eraser. You can use just regular old eraser, no big deal. I also like to use a little makeup brush to sweep it off, and I use regular old drawing paper. You can use printer paper, no biggie. So let's get started. So here we go. First I'm going to start with a bigger circle. Alright, and your circle doesn't have to be perfect. Hopefully you can see that. And then we're going to do a small circle and a slightly bigger circle. Then from there we're going to do a long triangle with the shortest side at the top. Down like this. Alright. When you're drawing, it's pretty easy. Break things down into regular old shapes. Okay, and then we're going to take two more triangles off the bottom here to make the little fins. You can make them go down, you can make them go out, you can even make them go up if you want to. I'm just going to be pretty basic here and do it like this. You can make them big or small. You make one bigger than the other, I think I have here, but whatever, doesn't matter. And then we're going to do two lines coming out here. This is just a basic mermaid. My drawing tutorials are basically for complete beginners. So if you are an expert, you're probably not going to get a whole lot out of this. Alright. So the next thing we're going to do is just draw two little triangles for her hands down here. Alright, and you want to kind of bring those lines down to about her hip, maybe a little longer. It's not too important because this is just a simple little cartoon mermaid that we're making here. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to give her a little neck, not much of one. Alright. And then we're going to bring her arms down, like so. Right? And we're going to bring her torso in, and we're going to round out the corners of all the points on the tail, right? So she's got some little hips here. And we're going to go to the bottom of the fins and round them out, and then you can just do some little waves here like this, and you don't have to have the same amount or anything like that. It doesn't matter too much. And you want to make these lines you've created here a little darker. Alright, and then for her hands, we're going to do two lines coming out this way, sort of like a triangle, just like the triangle we had. And then we're going to lightly make some little triangles again, 4 of them, starting on the outside of the hand. And then we're going to come down and make a little triangle for her thumb. Alright, so there we go. Now you can come up a little darker and round them out, or you can just leave them triangular if you like that look. It doesn't matter that much. Up to you. And as you can see, mine is a hot mess right now, and that's okay. Now, I don't like how wide this is. I want this to be a little smaller, so I'm just going to come in and make her torso a little smaller, make her neck a little smaller, and bring shoulders out a little more. There we go. I think I like that. Now the next thing we'll do is shape up her face. Now you can leave it completely round, which is probably what I'm going to do just for simplicity today. Alright, now we're going to add, we're going to give her 2 little buns. Again, just because I want to keep this easy as possible so everybody can have their own little mermaid. So just add 2 little circles up here, or you can do one in the middle if you'd rather. Alright, and you just want to darken it kind of up here where it's above the head. We're not going to darken this part that goes into the head circle. Let's darken this part up here. And then we're going to do 2 half circles to kind of make her bangs, right? And then the next thing we're going to do is give her some little oval eyes and fill them in except for a little dot at the top, which will be her highlights, right? Add some little lines for eyelashes, like that. And then you can just give her a little half circle for a mouth. She looks like she's got a tongue sticking out. And then you can bring it down a little more. And now she's got a little happy face. I don't like that. So I'm going to erase this with, you can use whatever eraser you have. I am using my electrical eraser. It just makes quick work of these things. And then I'm going to use a little makeup brush, a fluffy makeup brush to take it off. And I'm going to do this little half circle smile. Give her some little cheek things there. Alright. And there is the basics. Now let's go in and erase all of the frivolous stuff. Use whatever eraser you have. I'm going to just go in and erase where the hair comes together here, where it overlaps. Trying to not wipe it with my hands because my hands have oil in them. Oil on it, whatever. Go and erase all your messy lines. Try not to erase too much, but if you do, it's okay. You did these lines once, you can do them again. I got so much, 3 out of 5 comments on my YouTube video for the Tontino were people complaining about the intro where I talk about the tools I use. So I'm not going to do that in this one. But if you have questions about the different stuff that I use, you can just comment and I will let you know what I'm using. Alright, we'll worry about the smaller stuff like the hands there when we're doing the ink. So, and of course I will link to the, well, I'll list what I'm using in the blog post that this is on below. Alright, so now we're going to go in and we're going to give her some little clamshell hair bows. So you just kind of want to do a half circle and a half circle, and we'll put a little pearl in the middle, and then just do some curves there. You can do however many you want, more or less, doesn't matter. We're going to do the same thing over here, half circle, and a little pearl in the middle. And you do your, just kind of like a, I don't know, a 3 with an extra hump or W, I don't know. And then pull some lines through like so. You might also want to do a little line down the bottom. However detailed or not detailed you want to get with that, it doesn't matter too much. And then we will also go in and give her some little starfish, a starfish bra. Now if the starfish bra is too tricky for you, don't worry about it. You can do another clam like we did before. Or you can do just a band across. if that's easier. But for the starfish, you can just do, you know, triangles again, like that. Or you can just do it kind of round. That works too. However you prefer. I don't want it to be too perfect looking, so I'm just going to make mine kind of rounded like this, because this is a more cartoony, more simple, sort of prim mermaid. And then let's give her a little belly button. It's sort of like a C. And then let's do a little wavy line break between her tail and her skin. Alright, and then come down here and let's work on her fins. And we're going to do a little area here where the tail kind of blends in with the fin, like so. And then let's pull from where your squiggly lines come up. Let's pull that up to the arch we just created, like so. Alright, and now let's give her hair a little more detail. We'll just add some little lines here and some more in the bun, like this. Again. And I've got a lot of mess in her hair right now, but it's okay because when we go over this with the ink pen or the archival ink, however you want to do this, we'll erase all that and then it won't be a big deal. Okay, now let's just draw some little loose hairs. Give it a little oomph. And you can do these however you want. I like little curly loose hairs, like so. And then let's maybe give her a pearl necklace. Just some circles going around her neck there. And then you can go in and draw every scale if you want to. Like you would do something like this and then start in the middle of each of the first scales. And that would give it sort of the layered, scaly look. I don't really like to do that. I think it's better to leave some things to the imagination. Plus, when you're looking at things, when you look at dragons or fish and stuff, you don't really look at every single scale. You just kind of know there's scales there, and you see more like the shine and the shadow and things like that. So I just like to draw a few overlapping scales like this. So you do two little humps and then a hump that connects them below, just like that. You could also do 3 little circles. That also works. Or you can do both, which is kind of what I think I'll do here. Just 3 little connected circles like that. Another thing you could do, if you want to add a little more details, you might want to add some sort of, they're not really scales on the fin like this. It's more of a, I don't know, some kind of design. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a fish expert, but just add some more design, some more detail to the fin, like so. Alright, so I think that's where we're going to stop because I want to keep things simple, right? And then now I'm just going to take this Sharpie pen and go over it. And I'm going to try to stick to the lines, my main lines. I would recommend taking a piece of paper to put under your hand. I'm just going to use the little pre-sketch I did. Actually like my pre-sketch better, but you know, things happen. So anyway, and I'm just going to keep this under my hand while I trace over the lines I've done already. And just do your best to follow what you have. And if you mess up or whatever, don't worry about it. Just go with it. It's not a big deal. I'm sure I will mess up. It seems like whenever I get around to doing something that has like a permanent effect, I mess up somehow, but it's okay. We just manage when that happens. Don't forget to leave some little highlights out in her eyes. Like so. If you have like some micron pens, or you have fountain pens with different size nibs, that is awesome to go over and give the lines different sizes. I'll be right back. Alright guys, while I was talking to my husband on the phone, I went in and I traced the pencil with the pencil drawing we did with my pen. Now I'm going to go in and erase all of the pencil drawing out. So all we have left is the pen. Alright, so I think I got most of the pencil up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in and thicken certain areas, like around her, pretty much like the perimeter of her body and whatnot, just to emphasize these areas. You can also use this to sort of make any corrections where you might have made mistakes as you were inking. Yep. Yeah, so I'm not going to make the bottom of the fins down here any thicker. I am going to pull the inside of the tail. I'm going to go through here, make that a little thicker. I'll do the neck down here through her arms. Her hands. Just basically going over the lines that are already there because I don't want, oops, crap. Hate when that happens. Yeah, you want to really look at what you're doing here because the ink is the permanent stuff, right? I wasn't looking where I was going with that. So what I would probably do here is, I don't know, just thicken that line a little, I guess. It's going to be very obvious, but whatever. Okay, so then come through here, thicken the line around her head. Don't be afraid to, whoopsie, turn the page around, like so. If you have bigger tip pens, use them for this. I do, but I'm thinking, you know, if I'm really thinking about people who are new to drawing, they may not. So I'm trying to do it from that perspective. Even though apparently a lot of people who are not new to drawing like to come follow these videos. Even though I'm not putting this on YouTube, I am putting this on my Patreon, and so far my patrons are not jerks like some people on YouTube are. Although I have to say, I appreciate the criticism because I can see where the long intro would get annoying. I do find it interesting that I got 2 out of 3 of the negative comments on the same day, and those 2 were both the rude ones, where they were like just really nasty about it. And the one that wasn't rude and nasty was not from that time period. It was from like a year ago. That was really just a critique, and I appreciated that. But anyway, so yeah, I guess it's bugging me a little bit. But that is why, or one of the reasons I set up Patreon, because you know, if people are gonna pay for access to things, then they probably like what you're doing. Okay, here I just decided to kind of make the bottom sort of square looking. I don't know. I think it makes her look like she's smiling a little more. Don't ad-lib too much when you're on the pen part, because that's usually where you're gonna make a terrible mistake. Alright, and so I might thicken up the outer lines of the hair here, of her bangs, just a little bit. Like so. Maybe some of these little scraggly bits of her hair could use a little I don't know, a little bit of thickening up. You might want to leave some thinner and some thicker. I'm just going to do all of them for the purpose of the tutorial, but I think sometimes I would probably leave some thin and some thick. What else? I see how this kind of comes over. Let's pull it up some. Well, I think that's pretty much it. Don't forget to put your initials down there on your new mermaid. And there she is. What else? I think that's all, guys. I hope that you had fun with your mermaid. Happy Mermay. Maybe I'll make her into a digi for people who don't feel like drawing. I don't know. We shall see. Thank you so much for following along. If you enjoyed this, if you like the drawing tutorials, if you prefer the coloring tutorials, if you like the paint tool side tutorials, if you would rather see Copic or Prismacolor pencil tutorials, please let me know in the comments. Right now I'm just kind of trying a bunch of different stuff to see what gets the best feedback. But if I'm not getting any feedback, then I just gotta keep trying different stuff. So thank you for watching. If you did, I shall talk to you later. Bye-bye.